Hey everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about 5 myths about the nursing profession. If you want to gain more nursing skills and to gain more knowledge about the nursing profession, please consider subscribing down below. I'm going to be uploading a video every Wednesday and Sunday and you don't want to miss out. So let's get right into it. The first myth that I'm going to debunk is the fact that nurses must go back to school full time in order to advance their degree. And that's definitely not true. There's so many part-time opportunities for nurses that want to advance their degree into nurse practitioning, to become an educator, or to advance their skills. Now, there's also training opportunities that the hospital itself offers, and that can be very helpful in order for you to gain more skills and ultimately be a certain type of nurse. A good example of this is like a wound care nurse who specializes throughout the hospital in treating wounds. Well, you can always ask to become a wound care nurse at your local hospital, and they'll provide you with education opportunities so that you can also work but get the skills and the knowledge you need to treat different types of wounds. This is a great example because wound care nurses are so short a lot of the times, and it's really a specialty that not many people go into. So that's something that you can consider as well. So that myth has been debunked. The second myth that I'm going to be talking about is the fact that only females are nurses. Now, we all know this is not true, and in fact, more males are becoming nurses, and this is actually really great to see. Diversity in any career will promote more perspectives and ultimately provide better knowledge and improve the career in general. Now, I have personally seen a lot more male nurses in cardiac units or emerge units or more critical care sorts of units. And while it is true that the career is dominated by females, there's also a lot of males that are in the career, and every day, like I said, it's increasing. So that myth has also been debunked. The next myth that I'm going to be talking about is the fact that nurses only work in the hospital setting. Now, this cannot be more untrue. This is definitely also a growing field in the nursing profession. There's more and more nurses out in the community and more nurses that do different types of jobs. A good example is IT nursing. So as we all know, computers are taking over different fields, and there's more and more nurses that are required to provide insight in different computerized settings. For example, patient charting or providing different opinions on how to make the interface better. All types of jobs like that are becoming more and more common. And also, the community nursing is definitely growing in numbers, especially in countries like Canada where healthcare is free. They're coming to a realization that acting prophylactically in providing treatments and support before they get sick enough to come to the hospital will actually save the healthcare system quite a bit of money. So a lot of the government investing has been to combat these admissions by putting a lot of money in the community nursing. So for example, you see a lot of local small little hospitals or community centers which provide a lot of nursing care and a lot of primary care so that they don't become admitted into the hospital and then they're constantly being treated and costing the healthcare system quite a bit of money. So the next myth I'm going to be talking about is the fact that nurses work crazy hours. Well, I can see how people can say that because a lot of nurses work in the hospital setting, and the hospital setting has on average 2-day 12-hour shifts and 2 night 12-hour shifts. So that's a little bit abnormal for someone working the regular Monday to Friday 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 9 to 5 job. And this can be kind of abnormal and they could be considered ridiculous or crazy. But there are different jobs. In fact, there are many jobs that have nurses working an 8 to 4 or a 9 to 5 job in an office setting, doing all sorts of care, doing primary care, providing legal advice, all that sorts of thing, all those types of things in an office setting, which is kind of the same work hours as your Monday to Friday 9 to 5. So the next myth I'm going to be talking about is the fact that nurses only take care of patients. Now, while I think this is true, there's definitely a discussion to be had about this, because a lot of the times the nurses working in the hospital setting, I should say, work alongside the family and different professions. So for example, the occupational therapist, the social worker, and the physiotherapist in figuring out ways to make sure that the patient leaves the hospital in a safe setting. So it's really up to the nurse to make sure that is the patient safe at home? Is the patient able to thrive at home? Does the patient have a lot of support at home? And is there anything that you can see is a little bit wrong with this patient's family dynamics? Is there a person that's trying to gain the power of attorney to ultimately gain will? It's unfortunate that I say that, but it's definitely the case in so many situations where the family wants to gain access to the will and they want to gain power of attorney to a patient that's deteriorating or a patient that's cognitively unstable. So although taking care of the patient is primarily our focus, there's also a lot of advocacy which goes beyond our scope that we have to unfortunately do, which makes the nursing job so much more harder. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing down below. Like I said, I'll be uploading a video every single Wednesday and Sunday. And please share this video with one of your friends. I'm a new YouTube channel and would love to gain more audience. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.